only 2 of them could even give monarch points, and it's only 1 apiece. So I'd have to ask myself, which monarch point do I really care about? And do I care about getting 2 per year? I don't. I'd rather get the manpower, frankly. So I can be a lot more wasteful in my wars. Running like a coward. Alright, forget it. It's not worth chasing him down when I can siege more forts. I should also protect myself, taking care of Chengdu and the lands around it. Taking war score is also helping me. Yeah, 1 point per year is really not worth it when compared to whoopsie-daisy. This is what I meant by running into his guys. It actually cost me a chunk of war score. And I still really want that province. Sadly, I'm just a bit too slow to grab his army. Of course, the fort is stopping me from going further with that. Well, tell you what, I shall send all of my cannons. And a small detachment to get Chengdu. And the rest of us shall stay in the mountains of Chong to move onwards. Did we get that hot take about Southeast Asia from our Thai friend? It's possible I missed it, but what you gonna do? Have the Chinese breakaway states become Ming tributaries? Yes to Shun and Chengxing, but not Wu. Wu were too mighty for that. I'm actually really wondering if I missed the hot take here. Force the Ming to implode. It's so easy to do in 129. It's a whole lot easier. It's a big part of why people loved 129. Then again, some people didn't love other things, but what you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna punch Dosh out of Ming, that's for sure. Just a bit more, and he'll be reeling. Ayutthaya never survives in EU4. What? They're normally a big pain in my rear end. Let's get our boats back to port here, and there's nothing for you guys to explore, so I'm gonna actually have you protect trade. Yes, that is something that I can do now that we're not doing the pirate campaign. Chinese dying is always a plus in my book, says Frozen Kaiser. Well, there's quite a lot of Chinese to remove in this game. I'm seldom incentivized to do so. The Chinese group is one of the super strong ones in the game. It's not quite as strong as German, but it's far harder to unite Germany than unite the Chinese. God dang, Bengal are not reeling like I was hoping they would. Now they've allied with Delhi. Their natural predators, Jaunpur and Vijayanagar, I hope they come together to oppose Bengal. But then there's Bahmanas. Fortunately, Bahmanas and Bengal hate each other. So me and Bahmanas might actually be good bros down the line. Especially since I labelled Vijayanagar as somebody I don't like very much. Ooh, speaking of things I don't like, look who's gunning down that war goal. It's not a big deal to me if I get the everything that I need here. I mean, I could reduce this ever so slightly to get my favourable peace deal, but then I'm just losing 200 ducats because I don't take this. Whereas I could just storm on in naturally with my general here and take it all. Or they manage to get away in time, but I'll take it back. Tributaries are an investment. They are, but they're a bit annoying to manage because they'll fight each other, fight others, and they might lose land without you knowing because they pick a fight that they can't win, things like that. I have a feeling I'm giving him a free pass to go and take this Chengdu, but surely Chengdu will fall. 21% is a good amount. Hell, he took my land on almost nothing. I really think he's going to go and fight my units in Chengdu, because they're almost all... yeah, he's going to Lozhou as well. What do we have here? The nobility are about to be very unhappy. Well, that's okay, because I can just... I can't punch them for points for a month. Alright, well, let's let that month happen. To my surprise, he did not gun down Chengdu. I should be able to get what I want just by taking Guan Wutzit's back. Lost my claim on Chittagong, which ain't good. I want it back. So we'll build that spy network. We got you back. Wait, something changed quite a lot about this. Oh, apparently Ming is making gains. I really want to torch the making gains modifier. Never works particularly well. Right, so about those nobility, I'm not terribly impressed if they're happy or not. I just want to... Ooh, that would almost be wasted. Let's get some tech while we're at it. Oh god, that is expensive, but I can't think of anything better to spend it on. Ideas, I suppose, but being closer to Tech 9 is always a nice thing. Yeah, that almost wasted a lot of mill. Glad I did a double take before that. So they lose some influence, which is fine by me. They're unhappy, but that's also fine by me. Chengdu, you're in a bit of a spot there. Ming still think they're making some killer gains, though. This could go really rather badly, because they're going to liberate Chengdu with that army. And unless they stop thinking that they're making gains, which I don't think they will, it's an absolute mystery how that is calculated. And then my cannons really eat it in that fight, so I'll order a retreat. A bit of a shame that. Yeah, that 25 making gains modifier stopped me from securing an awesome victory. Okay, there we go. Now they realize they're not making gains. In fact, Prom is making gains. That modifier should really just go. But they're not wrong, I am making gains, but all I came here to gain was their fat stacks of cash, so thank you. Thank you for the inflation. I wanted it. But that's fine, inflation is a-okay if you just invest it back into your own country. Which is what I fully intend to do, I'm just not terribly sure with what. Extra dosh from the temple is nice. Extra dosh from workshops is also nice. Regimental camp is not necessary. There's something to be said for the farm manufactory, but not enough in my view. Here I can just smoke this fat stack of cash. How long do you plan on streaming? Says 013. As long as I feel comfortable with. Sometimes it goes on for 4 hours. Sometimes far more. Sometimes quite a bit less. But I usually just find a point where things feel conclusive enough to stop and then stop there. The 4 hours I give on the schedule is a bit of a guideline. You could invest that dosh into your vassal. Yeah, but no. Do we go for centralized bureaucracy for that autonomy change, or do we... do we accept more cultures, please? We're pretty good on the culture front, it's just glorious Burmese and Mon, and the... man, what an almost orphaned culture here, Arkanese. I will actually marry Lanao, because it doesn't cost me in legitimacy to do that for up front. It's nice to have a couple places, no, a few places enjoying prosperity. It's just that the situation in Molmain is hurting me on that front. Dang, I should have taken my opportunity to cleave through Ayutthaya, but my truce with them ends in 5 years. Oh wow, what? What? Did I just not pay attention to that? I missed entirely that we had Avan revolts there. Dang. They're gonna secure Ava without a fight there. Is Jake going to rush Europe? Is he still building a power? I'm on my way. We'll almost, well, we almost have that done, and then we'll get as far as we can here. I should be focusing on Diplo rather than admin now, so I will. Dang, that is a pretty big one. Fortunately, we're pretty flush on manpower. That's going to fall faster than I can manage it anyway. So let's just get our army together and crush them, consolidate, and get the manpower back from our tributaries. That is a pain though, now I've got to siege Java down, and I was just talking about how much I was enjoying that prosperity. Oh. Painful. Jake, any entry strat for getting into Europe, or just it depending on... I can't make a strategy until I see Europe. For all I know, it's all taken over by Bar, which seems incredibly unlikely, but just imagine. I know I'm imagining. Bar is a nation you almost never see in EU4. You saw it a lot more often in EU3. They're kind of like the Aquileia. And that makes me sad. I hope he's going for the grasslands. That gives me a better fight with him. He has 2 maneuver. I have 3. But I don't want him to spread his accursed separatism and such. Son of a gun. Couple days too late. Then I should have waited down south and had him come to me. Okay, so this is a very, very painful fight for me. Even some of my cannons took damage there. What I'll do is consolidate down to a reasonable level. I will send the cannons and a few of you to take this back. I'll have this back as well. Again, please, my prosperity. I do care about it. Lack of Aquileia was my big what moment when I first launched EU4. Yeah, Aquileia was such a prominent but undeservingly prominent location on the map. You always wanted it in EU3 because it's where the gold in Europe was. I was going to pan over to it and point at it and talk about it for a bit, but they're not on the map, so it sucks to be you. We don't... No, we do know about these provinces. I was thinking about launching my... No, that's exactly what I can do. We have a spare conquistador and a bunch of boats here. So we can do exactly that. I want to send a couple thousand of our finest horses, which are actually elephants, along with 5k of you, onto that boat with I want to send my conquistador, but you've got the siege, but let's take advantage of you still being alive here and get you fresh on that boat and figure out what's down there. This will give us good eyes for if the Iberians arrive too fast. Gold in Europe, Austria is jealous. Yeah, I don't think we even had the... what was it, the Schwarz mine in EU3. I say we, right? I didn't work there then, and I certainly don't work there now. It's just hard to break the habit. But I'm breaking... No, let's not go there. Do you think that the Red Sea route is faster towards Europe? Yeah, I do. Cleaving through Mamluks would undeniably be faster. But it looks like they're busy crushing Karakyunlu and winning. And they've made alliances with not particularly strong players, but at Kayunlu, that's quite strange as a Mamluk ally, actually. Do we know anybody that's allied to the Ottoman around here? The Ottomans don't tend to ally anybody than the strong central power here, but I'm not seeing any. For all we know, the Ottomans are toast. Let me consult with my map for a moment here. It's a perfectly legitimate route for me to actually go through the Red Sea, or even the... is there a name for this whole place? Gulf of Oman, I guess. Oh yeah, you didn't see it because this is covering. I was thinking here. Going through here is Persian Gulf, thank you. So both of those are pretty legitimate. However, it would make it a lot harder for me to 1, move my capital to Europe, and 2, become Christian, which are both things that I kind of need to do for this campaign. The American Gulf, says Kaiser. What a freaking guy. Okay, I don't really think I need any of the rest of these ideas from exploration. Really. I mean, viceroys? I'm not going to have tariffs. I highly doubt I'm going to expel minorities. This isn't a cultural-based run, except for turning Roman. Naval force limit, I don't have a naval force. So no, I don't think I'm going to focus on any of those. I'm going to focus on my Diplotech, even though the institution tech penalty is crippling me right now. Alright, let's go and figure out what's on there. Have our elephants march around. It's quite good that I have 3 maneuver here, because it's going to up my reinforcement rate from 10% to 40%. That is pretty huge. Although it says our reinforcement rate is 100% in this province. What? I wish I could search for the 7 cities around here, but I certainly cannot. Alright, that was fun. You go back to Diego Garcia just to keep yourself lickety-spit. And hopefully I find out what's going on around here before... Oh, there's a thought. How's Diego Garcia doing? It's almost done. So I'm going to pull you folks over to here so you're in a better position to explore around here faster when we have the range. Has a Renaissance made its way to Asia yet? Quite queries the Reinhardt. Technically, yes. The Mamluks have brought it down into Arabia, but that's a long way from getting to Burma. Finally, I have Ava back. I feel so rotten for letting Ava fall, but the fort in Ava will bring things back to us. Now please go there and yeah, trample on the natives. That's actually what I want you to do. Our reinforcement rate is a whole lot larger than I'd imagined. Is that because we're on the coastline? Or do I just not know how to play this game? Don't we want to develop Renaissance? No, I very specifically don't want to have a lot of development in Burma. At least this can be trade company region for me, because it's in Africa. Alright, onwards. Not quite in the Cape yet, but we'll get there. Yeah, Mesoamericans are in the pagan group. Where else would they be? Philosopher's Deed, so... For some reason I'm having unrest problems in a couple of provinces. So I guess I'll get unrest guy for now. We have high income. You know what, I probably should have taken this when I built all those buildings earlier on. But there's nothing stopping us from just sitting on this until we want to go full manufactory. It's the same problem as having a golden age that you just sit on forever. And I'm still 4 years away from cleaving through the rest of Ayutthaya. But I'll be cleaving through them because I fear no China. Almost said Chinaman, but I've been told not to say that. And I don't really understand that myself. You get Scotsman and Englishman and Welshman and Frenchman, but suddenly you say it's a Chinese man and everybody loses it. Let's circle around and see what's going on here. I do agree, you can never have too much manpower. Speaking of tributaries, where's all that manpower I'm demanding? Speaking of demanding, Mong Huang. They're in debt, but what if I put them in more debt? Because it looks like they're getting pulverized by Assam, so I should definitely demand their money before they go completely down the tubes here. They must have started this war, otherwise I'd be called in. Defender in the second Assamese conquest of Shigatse. So it was actually against Tsang, And U is around as well, which is kind of cool. Tributary state Mong Nai is gunning down Mong Mao. That is good. That grows my tributary. But why? What about the Ming? Oh, you know the Ming is getting involved and you just don't care. You're probably bringing in Lana, right? Yeah. Are you bringing in U? No. Fascinating. Well, it's win-win for me. There we go, more natives to just pulverize while we're here. That's the Great Karoo. I think I have once again underestimated the size of all this. I am looking specifically for the Cape, which is here, right? Yep. Then you can circle around all you want, and I want. Entertaining how much faster it is to explore by boat around here. Hey Jake, did you get any practice done in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2? No, I did not. What did I even spend today doing? There was cooking, I know that much. Oh, I also went out to enjoy the snow. There's not a lot of it, and it's kind of crappy snow, but this is Sweden. Can't believe that storm alert for whatever passes for a storm here. Okay, goody goody. We have this territory. I'm not interested in making it a state. I am, however, interested in seeing what our range is from here. And it's not good. It's nowhere near as good as I was hoping. Might be something to be had down here. I forget if there's another island. But again, I'm not looking for the best islands. I'm looking for the ones that get me the furthest. It's just Stockholm, because their infrastructure is crubbish for snow. It's better than anywhere in Britain I can think of. Okay, so the Cape is what I want, but it's a staggering 566 away. So I actually need to... I think I need to get one of these and get Tech 7 if I want to be at the Cape. And I do want to be at the Cape. Just in case there's nothing better, I'm going to preempt by sending to Ile Bourbon. But if it's crummy, I'm going to pull back and grab something else here. Isn't there an island here? Probably not. I'm not good at remembering, just in general. Of course, Kiowa itself is an option. If I have the range on Kiowa, it's a whole lot faster to just take something off of you. But let's see, Kiowa's tech is military tech 8. Man, Kiowa really eats it all up around here, doesn't he? Still, they've left somebody partially alive and uneaten. As long as they lose to whoever is doing this, I might be able to clip something off of them. There's the best CB, of course, but I'll pass on that for now. There we go. No, no more islands to be seen. Plenty of natives to be crushed, though. Alright, good job on that. However, your duty is not over. Please tell me about the coastline there, and we'll get our navy a bit closer. It is so weird having such a crummy navy after having such an amazing navy in the Naxos campaign. I really enjoyed that Naxos campaign. It was like the Frostpunk challenge of EU4 campaigns, because it just kept grinding me down. Pretty crazy at times. There you are. What? No. Mongyang? Our tributary state Manipur is going for Mongyang, who now totally exist. And I would make them my tributary, but they're, well, they're at war, which kind of blocks that. You know, Lana, if you end up pulverized by the Ming, I'm gonna have to feed you to my subject. I don't need subjects that can't help out. Okay, Lana are not helping out Mongyang because they're getting Minged. What a shame for them. Oh, and one other thing, I forgot to re-establish my claim on Chittagong. And I might as well try to threaten for it. No. Right, so what am I thinking here? We have this little minor power Mahaffy, who's doing the mother of all comebacks on Kilwa. How and why? You're fighting against Mutapa Takanuchi, and you're failing miserably, which may just give one of these provinces to Mahaffy. Mutapa wouldn't help you, though. Is this in my coring range? No. I would have to punch Kilwa for one of these. And there's no way I could beat Kilwa on the seas unless I invested some of my enormous amounts of ducats into some heavy boats. Which would be a very good move to do to project my power. But I just don't want to. I mean, I really don't want to. Spend way too much of my army here. Yikes. Alright, we figured this out. There's still a few more provinces to suss. We will suss them. And then come back. This will definitely not get us the range that we need. I need to get Tech 7 if I want to get the Cape after this. Jake, it'd be much faster if you buy land via trade company. This is also true, isn't it? I didn't even consider that. Can't ask for charter company when at war. It's because they're at war. But maybe, just maybe, we could make it happen. Once they peace out, of course. Man, poor Kiel was eating it here. I guess I will preempt this by improving relation with them rather than disproving relation with them. And then who knows, we might get the Mega Ducat. What else can you explore, my friend? Not a whole lot. Just this useless area down here. Oh, or not at all. Whitelaw's deed. Are they going to continue their exploration mission anyway? I could give them a new explorer, but I don't need to explore now. Evidently. $566. Vijayanagara showing weakness. They're not honouring a call to arms. It'd be nice for me to get in on this, but I've already bypassed them by going full Diego Garcia here. What a great name, Diego Garcia. Who was it that awesomely named it that? Admin tech, admin tech. That way we can start doing some kind of military. You know what, I never take aristocratic. I'm tempted to do so just on the basis that I never do. That way I can get some staggering cavalry combat ability. Sure, why not? I've done worse things. The untrustworthy scum of Vijayanagar dare send us an insult. Aristocratic? Disgusting, says Kaiser Johann, in my best Kaiser Johann voice. It's not a pick that I ever take, but that's the reason I want to take it. Named after a Portuguese man, Dom Garcia de Noronha. Well, that changes my perspective entirely. Aristocratic is one of my favorites, says Frozen Kaiser. So Frozen Kaiser is going to have to duke off against the Kaiser Johann. Man, it sucks to be Kilwa right now, which is strange because Kilwa is normally such a powerhouse. And why wouldn't they be? They have easy access to pick on people for the gold, they have gold themselves, they have an awesome trade node of Zanzibar. And my diplomats are being super lazy here, but... Oh, right, crumbs, you guys are